Your child is becoming their own person. They're starting to tell you things that they like, things that they don't like, and how they feel about it. This week, I'm going to show you how to support this big shift in their language by using everyday routines that you naturally do. We will be exploring the milestone, talks about self, their likes and dislikes in simple ways. This means that your child can use simple words or pronouns like me or I to share what they like, what they don't like, and how they feel. We will accomplish this together by using 4 stepping stones. These are meant to help you break down the how-to and support your child's development in an easy, natural, and very achievable way. No drills, no pressure, just helpful modelling in routines that you naturally do. So let's get started with stepping stone 1. Helping your child use simple preference phrases such as I like or no like, and helping them use me or I to express their wants. So what do you need to look out for? Your child may say things like, "Ooh, I like it," when you hand them their favorite toy or snack. They may even say, no like it, and push food away that they don't want. They may also say, me want car, when they see a toy that they like. Or they might even say, I want juice, when they're sat at the table. These phrases can be grammatically imperfect, but they're clear signals of what your child wants and what they prefer. So why does all of this matter? When your child can express their preferences and wants, they're learning how to communicate their needs and desires. This helps them build their confidence, using language that shapes their world. Using me or I helps them take ownership of their wants and moves away from simple pointing and crying to using words to communicate their desires. So, let's have a look and see what this would look like in practice. Say you're sat down at the table and you're offering them a snack. You've got an apple in one hand and a banana in the other. Your child may say, I like the banana, while pointing at it. During playtime, your child might hand you a toy and say, I want the blocks, or I want that car. At bath time, they might point to the rubber duck and say, me want duck. These small moments give them practice in using words such as I, me, like, and want, which allow them to share their thoughts. For this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice offering 2 clear choices at snack time or meal time. Hold both of the options up in your hand and narrate which one you like, using the phrase, I like this option. Then narrate your own wants using I want before you do something. This may look like, I want a glass of water, or just I want water before you have a drink. Pause and give your child time to point, reach, or use their own choice of words to describe what they want. They may say, I want water, or I want apple juice. If they use any word or sound, repeat it back in the full phrase to them. Yes, you like the apple. Yes, you want the banana. Before we dive into stepping stone 2, I would just like to add a quick reminder here. There's no set time to accomplish these stepping stones. You may feel like your child has accomplished this stepping stone in a day. Others might take you a little longer, and you might not feel like they're ready to move on until they've been practicing it for a week. Both are completely fine and completely normal. Everybody moves at a pace that is comfortable to them. That being said, let's now dive into stepping stone 2. Use ownership and self-words such as mine, my, me in daily play. So what do you need to look out for here? Your child might say mine while holding their favorite toy. They might say my teddy or me toy, showing you something that they love. These words help them express their ownership and their sense of self. So why does all of this matter? Understanding ownership is a part of how your child learns about themselves as a separate person. Using words like mine or my helps them practice language that connects an object to their own identity and ownership. So let's have a look and see what this would look like in practice. During play, your child might pick up a cup and say, "My cup." At bedtime, they might grab their blanket and say, "It's mine." These moments aren't about them being selfish. It's about them learning and using language that describe self and belonging. So one thing that I did with my daughter is I made a game out of this, very elaborate, very expressive. So I've got this here as an example. So I'd pick up this book, which is clearly her book, and I go, my book. And then she start giggling. No, it's my book. No, 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 no. It's my book. Mine, 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 mine. She tried to grab it from me. No, mine, mine, mine. Mommy, please. Okay, I'll share it with you. It's your book. It's my book. And she'd use it with me as well. She'd show me her teddy. It's mine, it's mine, it's mine. Oh, please, can I have the teddy too? Oh, it's mine now. And doing that back and forth. This helped her learn about ownership, learn about sharing, using in play the my and mine. For this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice labeling your own belongings, using my during everyday moments. Say, my cup, those are my shoes, this is my book, as you use them. Invite your child to find their own items and help them say things like my or mine. Keep it light and playful. No pressure to share unless they want to. Once you're satisfied that you and your child have mastered Stepping Stone 2, it's time to move on to Stepping Stone 3. Helping your child use phrases like look at me or me do it to show their growing independence. So what do you need to look out for here? Your child might say, "Look at me," when they're climbing up onto the sofa or when they complete a puzzle. They might say things like, "Me do it," when they're trying to put on their shoes or open the door themselves. These phrases show that they are aware of their actions and they want you to notice. So why does all of this matter? When your child says things like, "Look at me," or "Me do it," they're practicing using language to direct attention and to express independence. It's a sign that they're developing confidence in their abilities and their sense of self. So, what would this look like in practice? During playtime, your child might be stacking blocks and they might say to you, "Look at me." Or while they're getting dressed, they may push you away and say, "I can do it," while they try to do up their coat. Or let's say you're in the playground and you're pushing them on the swings and they say, "No, me push." And then they proceed to take their dolly and put it in the swing and push their dolly back and forth. These moments are chances to celebrate their growing skills and language put together. For this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice narrating your actions using phrases, "Look at me," or "I can do it," when you complete a simple task. For example, "Look at me, tie my shoe," or "I can do it, pour the water." Then give your child a task that they can try independently and safely. If they attempt it, cheer them on and repeat any words they use, like, "Yes, you can do it. Pour the water. Yes, you can do it. Eat your broccoli. Yes, you can do it. Jump up high." Now that you've completed Stepping Stone 3, it's time to move on to the final stepping stone. Helping your child use simple feeling words with I or me, and helping them say their first name when asked. So what do you need to look out for? Your child might say things like, "I'm happy," when they're playing with their favourite toy. Or they might say things like, "I'm sad," when a play date ends with a friend. Or maybe you might get "me tired" when it's close to nap time or bedtime. They might be also to say their first name when you ask them, "What's your name?" So why does all of this matter? Using feeling words with I or me helps your child connect their emotion to their language. It's an early step in emotional awareness and self-expression. Saying their name helps them understand their own identity as a person. So, what would this look like in practice? At bedtime, your child might be rubbing their eyes and say, I'm tired. After a tumble, they might cry and say, I'm sad, and reach up for a hug. When a visitor asks them their name, they might proudly say, I'm Grace or I'm Tom. These moments show they're beginning to talk about their inner world. For this stepping stone, I simply want you to practice labeling your own feelings using I throughout the day. Say things like, I'm happy when we're playing, or I'm tired after that walk, or I'm hungry, I'm excited for lunch. Then ask your child simple feeling questions like, are you happy? Are you tired? Are you hungry? And give them time to respond. Also practice asking, what's your name? During play, and then celebrate it when they say it. So let's have a little fun with this one. Your child might be becoming a tiny little lawyer, briefcase and all, defending every single toy with the word mine at the top of their lungs. They might announce things like, I can do it, and then immediately need your help. They might say, I'm tired, while they're running laps around the sofa. These funny contradictions are normal. Your child is learning how to use these big self words. They don't always match their actions just yet. It's a part of how they practice language, test boundaries, and our patience. Your child might shout, don't want help, me do it, while putting their shoe on the wrong foot. They might say, I'm happy when they're crying because the banana broke in half, or you've handed them the wrong biscuit. It's confusing, it's hilarious, and it's completely normal. If you're sat there cross-eyed thinking, I'm the only one whose child does this, you can take a breath. They all do it. Stay warm, stay patient, and remember, they're learning how all of this works. So let's bring this all back together with a quick recap, shall we? Avoid correcting every grammar mistake, such as me do it. Instead, try this. Just modeling the right way naturally. Avoid worrying if they say mine a lot. Don't worry, they're not being selfish. Instead, try to remember that understanding ownership is a normal step in their development. Avoid pressuring them to say their name to strangers. Instead, let them take their time if they feel shy. Remember, it's not normal to warm to strangers immediately, and if they need a little bit longer, then that's perfectly all right. So there you have it. We've just explored the 4 stepping stones for helping your child talk about themselves in simple ways. If you're struggling with any deeper language concerns, consider speaking to a speech and language professional. If you're unsure about where to find one, a good place to go would be your GP. Alternatively, you can also visit your nearest children's centre. They might be able to advise you. Let me know how you got on in the comments. What was your experience with the stepping stones? What did you find easiest? What was a little bit more difficult? And please share any funny moments with us. Please hit that like button, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.